G'day, welcome to Todd's Kitchen. If you're on any kind of diet, I recommend that you turn this video off now. But if you're going to keep on watching, you're in for a real treat. So join me today as I make my version of a triple malt chocolate cake. Now we're going to start this cake off by pre-sifting our dry ingredients. So I have a bowl with a sifter, and to that I'm going to add 2 cups of malted milk powder. So we're just going to sift that through first, just so we get out all those lumps. Next I'm going to add 1 2/3 cup of plain flour. We're not using soft raisin flour for this. And 3/4 cup of cocoa. 3/4 teaspoon of Bi-Carb or baking soda. And to enhance the flavour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And again, sift it through so we can get out all the lumps. Next, into a separate bowl, I'm going to place in 3 large eggs or 4 regular size eggs. And 2/3 cup of vegetable oil. Couple of teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 1 1/3 cup of sugar. Now with a hand or stand mixer, we're going to whisk this up until it's all combined and nice and smooth. Okay, now that that's all mixed, I'm going to add in about 1/3 of our flour mixture. And I'm just going to whisk that through until it's combined. Now once that's just combined, I also have 1 1/3 cup of milk. So I'm going to pour in half of that. I'm going to just whisk that through. Now once that's just combined, I'm going to add in another 1/3 of our flour mixture. And I'll whisk that through till it's just combined. And once that's combined, I'm going to add the rest of the milk, then another 1/3 of our flour mixture. And once that's mixed through, I'm going to add the rest of our flour mixture, and we're just going to mix it through until it's just combined. Just try not to over mix it. Okay, so lastly I've got 2 springform pans, so I'm just going to evenly divide our mixture between both of them. Okay, so now I'm going to place this into a preheated oven at 160 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 to 50 minutes, and you'll know they're ready when you just tap them on top, and if they spring back, that means they're done. Okay, so I've just taken the cake out of the oven and I have it cooling on a wire rack. So while the cake is cooling, we're going to make a lovely malt frosting. So into a mixing bowl, I'm going to place in 340 grams or 12 ounces of butter, which also works out to 3 sticks worth. Then to that, 1 1/2 cups of powdered or icing sugar, 3/4 cup of our malted milk powder, 1/2 cup of warm water. Make sure it's warm, otherwise it'll make the butter go all lumpy. And finally, just some salt to help enhance the flavour. And of course, we can't forget our vanilla extract. And now with a hand or stand mixer, we're going to mix this up until it's nice and yummy and creamy. Now we have our first layer of cake, so it's just a matter of placing some of our icing on top, and we're just going to ice the top. Okay, so once we have sufficient icing on top, we're going to place on our second layer. So it's just a simple matter of, again, placing icing on top, and we're going to ice the top, and we'll also run it along the sides, just like that, just so it's completely covered. So for our third malt ingredient, I'm going to use everyone's favourite, Maltesers. This will give a lovely outer crunch to our cake. And I recommend that you keep these in the fridge for about half an hour before you do this step, because what we're going to do is crush them. Now if you do this while they're warm, they may just squash up and get all messy and chocolatey. This way they actually shatter. So now all we have to do is just sprinkle on our broken up Maltesers, just so it covers the top and the sides of our malt cake. And there we have a very, very delicious triple malt chocolate cake. Now honestly, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? Even 1 layer of malt is fantastic, but when you have not 2, but 3 separate layers of malt, and especially with the Maltesers, it really adds a lovely malt crunch to the outside of this cake. Now as you can see, I've definitely gone for the messy look on the outside of this cake, because it makes you want to just dive right in. Now of course, with this type of cake, make sure you just try and have 1 slice, because I'm sure you'll find plenty of friends to share the rest with. And I know when they get stuck into this triple malt cake, they're going to tell you that it tastes simply delish. So if and when you do try this, and I highly recommend that you do, please send me a photo to my Facebook page, which I'll leave a link down below. So thank you for watching this episode of Todd's Kitchen. As always, I'll leave a list of ingredients down below, as well as links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Home Andy Hints channel. And please do me a massive favour by giving this video a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another delicious recipe.